Renowned for his powerful performances on the football field with the Oakland Raiders and his knockout portrayals as Apollo Creed in the legendary Rocky series, Carl Weathers' journey was undeniably remarkable.
Actor, director, and former football player Carl Weathers has passed away. Weathers is best known for his roles in Rocky, Predator, and Happy Gilmore. Weathers' manager says he died peacefully in his home. He had recently turned 76 years old.
Yet, whispers within the Hollywood circles suggest a deeper narrative surrounding his demise. There are rumors circulating that Sylvester Stallone, Weathers' longtime friend and collaborator, could be preparing to unveil some behind-the-scenes truths. The bond shared by the duo, both on and off the screen, makes it unsurprising that Stallone might be the one to shed light on hidden aspects of Weathers' life. Speculations have long existed about Weathers encountering discrimination in the industry, struggling against formidable odds to establish himself in an environment known for its challenges. Despite his exceptional talent and relentless efforts, it appears that Weathers still faced obstacles. Stallone, having witnessed Weathers' journey firsthand, may hold untold stories. Now, amidst the swirling gossip, there are murmurs that Weathers' untimely death profoundly impacted Stallone. Some suggest that Stallone has no intention of withholding information and is preparing to speak candidly to Hollywood about the circumstances surrounding Weathers' death. This situation serves as a sobering reminder that behind Hollywood's glitz and glamour, there lies a shadowy side capable of engulfing individuals if they're not careful. So, what precisely does Stallone intend to disclose? Let's delve deeper. Recently, Sylvester Stallone paid a poignant tribute to his dear friend and collaborator, Carl Weathers, who tragically passed away. Visibly distraught, Stallone stood before a painting capturing a significant moment between the two, pouring out his emotions to honor Weathers. In a raw and heartfelt moment, Stallone expressed, "Today is an incredibly sad day for me. I'm so torn up I can't even tell you because Carl Weathers was such an integral part of my life, my success, everything about it." He didn't hesitate to attribute credit to Weathers, recognizing the profound influence he had on his own life and the success of the iconic Rocky franchise. Reflecting on his initial encounter with Weathers, Stallone reminisced, "I saw greatness, but I didn't realize how great." Stallone openly admitted that achieving what they did with Rocky wouldn't have been possible without Weathers, extolling his brilliance, commanding presence, athleticism, and above all, his heart and soul. As Stallone stood before the painting, a poignant moment. "I'm standing here in front of this painting because it was probably the last moment we were ever in the ring together, and I'll never forget it." The emotion in his voice was tangible, and he struggled to contain tears as he concluded with a heartfelt, "He was magic, and I was so fortunate to be part of his life. So, Apollo, keep flying high." Stallone's tribute provides a touching glimpse into the profound impact Carl Weathers had on his life, both personally and professionally. Watching Stallone nearly break down while honoring his friend Weathers was truly heart-wrenching for many fans, prompting speculation that there may be more to the story of Weathers' passing, something Stallone might need to address. Stallone revealed insights into the discrimination faced by Weathers, particularly in relation to the Rocky series. It's astonishing to consider that Weathers wasn't initially considered for the role of Apollo Creed. However, the plot twist is that he secured the part solely because Stallone advocated for him. Just imagine if Sly hadn't stood up for Carl. We might have missed out on one of cinema's most iconic characters. So, how did Carl manage to clinch the role when the studio wasn't initially sold on him? Well, here's the twist. During their script reading, he bluntly insulted Sylvester Stallone. Yes, you heard it correctly. Weathers made a remark so fitting of Apollo Creed that Stallone couldn't overlook it. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Stallone revealed that Weathers' comment resonated so authentically with the character that he felt compelled to cast him.
Weathers was such an integral part of my life, my success, everything about it. I give him incredible credit.
Weathers himself divulged this anecdote during an interview with The Rich Eisen Show, recalling, "We read through the scene, and at the end of it, I didn't feel like it had really clicked. There was this awkward silence, and I blurted out, 'I could do a lot better if you got me a real actor to work with.'" He inadvertently dissed the star of the film, Sylvester Stallone, without realizing it. But here's where it gets interesting. Stallone, as the architect of the script, knew precisely how each character should be portrayed on screen. Rather than taking offense, he appreciated Weathers' audacious and self-assured responses. He thought to himself, "This guy is the perfect embodiment of Apollo Creed." So unintentionally, Carl managed to disrespect Rocky himself. However, little did he know that his outburst was precisely what Stallone believed embodied the essence of Apollo Creed. It's one of those instances where mistakes turned out to be advantageous. Weathers' bold and confident demeanor during the audition not only landed him the role, but also catapulted him to stardom. He carried that swagger and assurance throughout the 1980s, emerging as an action hero for those who identified more closely with him than with his white counterparts. Another chapter in how Carl Weathers shattered the barriers of Hollywood discrimination unfolded in the legendary film Predator. This 1987 action horror movie presented a wholly different ambiance from the Rocky series, yet Weathers' character, Dylan, continued to challenge norms for a black man during that era. It's truly remarkable to observe how it all transpired. In Predator, Weathers' character, Dylan, wasn't merely a sidekick or a token presence. No, he stood shoulder to shoulder with the leading man himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Dutch greeting scene, immortalized as a meme sensation, went beyond mere visual appeal. It conveyed a potent message, especially in the late 1980s Hollywood landscape. Stallone's touching tribute provides a poignant insight into the profound influence Carl Weathers had on his life, both personally and professionally. Witnessing Stallone nearly break down while honoring his friend Weathers was profoundly moving for many fans, sparking speculation that there might be more to Weathers' passing than meets the eye, something Stallone may feel compelled to address. A man Carl inadvertently ruffled Rocky's feathers, but little did he know that his outburst was exactly what Stallone believed embodied the essence of Apollo Creed. It's one of those instances where mistakes turn out to be advantageous. Weathers' bold demeanor during the audition not only secured him the role but also propelled him to stardom, carrying that confidence and swagger throughout the entirety of the 1980s, emerging as an action hero for those who identified more closely with him than his white counterparts. Another significant moment in Carl Weathers' defiance against Hollywood discrimination occurred through the legendary film Predator, released in 1987. This action horror flick presented a stark departure from the Rocky series, yet Weathers' portrayal of Dylan continued to challenge norms for black actors at the time. In Predator, Weathers' character, Dylan, wasn't just another sidekick or token character. No, he stood on equal footing with the film's lead, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Dutch. Their testosterone-filled greeting was iconic, making a powerful statement, particularly considering the Hollywood landscape of the late 1980s. I offer him tremendous credit and admiration. It's a poignant tribute that offers us insight into the profound influence Carl Weathers had on Stallone's life, both personally and professionally. Watching Stallone nearly break down while honoring his friend Weathers was truly heart-wrenching for many fans. It prompted speculation that there might be more to Weathers' passing than meets the eye, something Stallone may feel compelled to address. You've got to appreciate how it all unfolded. In Predator, Weathers' Dylan wasn't just another sidekick or a token character. Nope, he was on the same level as the big man himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Dutch. Their memorable greeting was a symbol of dominance, making a significant statement, particularly during the late 1980s Hollywood scene. Carl Weathers, beyond being a Hollywood legend, was also a supportive friend and mentor within the industry. Gina Carano, the former Mandalorian badass, revealed on Instagram that Carl Weathers, her fellow Star Wars co-star, reached out to her after she was let go from The Mandalorian due to controversial comments. Despite her exit from the series, Weathers showed his support by personally contacting Carano, demonstrating his solidarity during a challenging time. He reached out to her immediately after she was let go, offering words of encouragement and serving as the emotional support she needed during those difficult times. Carano revealed, "He was gentle and encouraging and didn't want me to give up. He wanted to keep my hope alive in what seemed like a hopeless scenario. He showed me he cared. That's who he was." But wait, Carano shared insights into their close bond during The Mandalorian Seasons 1 and 2, disclosing that Jon Favreau believed Weathers would be an ideal mentor for her. Favreau, the creative force behind the show, even had Weathers direct Carano's first episode in Season 2. Gina further described Weathers as more than just a director. He was a mentor both on and off set. His calming presence, with arms on her shoulders and a reassuring gaze, helped soothe her spirit. However, despite his remarkable talent and supportive demeanor, some wonder why Carl Weathers didn't achieve the same level of fame as the legendary Denzel Washington. Despite having a promising start with Rocky, good looks, and undeniable charisma, Weathers didn't quite reach top-tier status. Listings of the discussion heats up, with some arguing that Denzel Washington's superior acting skills set him apart. One of the arguments in favor of Washington is his extensive stage experience, showcasing his dedication and hard work as a performer, a facet Weathers may have overlooked. Additionally, Washington's broad appeal, especially among female audiences, contributed to his widespread popularity. While Weathers also had his share of admirers, some believe Washington's appeal surpassed his. Another point of contention is Weathers' leading role in Action Jackson, which failed to make a significant impact at the box office, potentially altering his career trajectory. In contrast, Denzel Washington consistently achieved box office success, maintaining A-list status for decades. Although Weathers secured leading roles in TV series like Street Justice and In the Heat of the Night, none became the long-term success everyone anticipated. Later in his career, Weathers took on supporting roles in series like Colony and Chicago Justice, but they failed to revive his career significantly, especially considering they came years after his peak popularity. Comparing this to Denzel Washington's television career, Weathers' involvement in a variety of roles didn't yield the same longevity and major success on the small screen. Meanwhile, Denzel focused primarily on his film career after his early TV stint in St. Elsewhere, making occasional TV appearances, but predominantly remaining a movie star. Some speculate that Weathers may have entered the scene too early, missing out on certain opportunities. Despite these challenges, Weathers made a notable impact with his role as Dylan in Predator, challenging stereotypes and earning the spotlight he deserved. The film revolutionized perceptions, proving that Weathers could stand alongside the biggest stars, both on and off-screen. Carl Weathers became more than just a Hollywood legend. He was a supportive figure and mentor within the industry. Gina Carano, known for her role as the formidable character in The Mandalorian, shared insights about her co-star Carl Weathers via Instagram. For those following the Star Wars saga, Carano's departure from The Mandalorian following controversial comments in February 2021 is no secret. The decision-makers opted not to include her in the third season or any other Star Wars spin-offs. However, there's an unexpected twist. Carl Weathers, who portrayed Greef Karga and directed 9 episodes of The Mandalorian, reportedly reached out to Carano after her departure. Carano revealed on Instagram that Weathers personally called her after she was let go, providing words of encouragement and serving as a supportive figure during her challenging time. Carano shared, "He was gentle and encouraging and didn't want me to give up. He was letting me know that he wasn't throwing me away. He was trying to keep my hope alive in what seemed like quite a hopeless scenario. He showed me he cared. That is who he was." But that's not all. Carano also discussed their strong bond during The Mandalorian's first and second seasons, revealing that Jon Favreau believed Weathers would be an excellent mentor for her. Favreau, the show's creator, even entrusted Weathers with directing Carano's first episode in Season 2. Carano further elaborated on Weathers' role beyond directing. He served as a mentor both on and off set. His calming presence with arms on her shoulders and a reassuring gaze helped alleviate her concerns. However, despite Weathers' remarkable talent and supportive nature, there remains a lingering question among some about why he didn't achieve the same level of fame as Denzel Washington, despite having a promising start with Rocky, good looks, and undeniable charisma. Some argue that Denzel Washington is simply a more skilled performer, attributing his stage experience and raw dedication to his craft as factors contributing to his success. Additionally, Washington's broad appeal, particularly among female audiences, is considered a significant advantage. While Weathers also had his admirers, some believe Washington's appeal surpassed his. Moreover, Weathers' starring role in Action Jackson didn't perform well at the box office, potentially impacting his career trajectory. On the other hand, Denzel Washington has consistently enjoyed box office success, maintaining A-list status for over 25 years. He has been a fixture in Hollywood, while Weathers' attempts at leading roles in television series like Street Justice and In the Heat of the Night didn't yield the long-term success anticipated. Despite later ventures into supporting roles in series like Colony and Chicago Justice, these endeavors didn't provide the career boost he needed, especially coming after his peak popularity. Comparing Weathers' television career to Denzel Washington's, the latter's main television role was nearly 4 decades ago in the hospital drama St. Elsewhere. Washington never fully returned to TV, except for occasional appearances in awards shows and narration work. This comparison highlights the differences in their respective approaches to television. While Weathers explored various roles, his television success didn't match his accomplishments on the big screen. Meanwhile, Denzel Washington prioritized his film career, maintaining his status as a movie star without significant television commitments. Some speculate that Weathers may have entered the scene too early, impacting his trajectory in the industry. During the 1970s and 1980s, opportunities for African-American actors to headline major films were relatively scarce. Denzel Washington's career didn't fully take off until the late 1980s. Apart from Billy D. Williams, there wasn't a prominent African-American movie star during that era. Even James Earl Jones, though respected, didn't achieve the same level of stardom. Sidney Poitier, who won an Academy Award almost 2 decades earlier, found himself in low-budget comedies by the 1970s. Similarly, Richard Pryor faced challenges, and it was Eddie Murphy who ultimately broke barriers, demonstrating that a diverse actor could draw audiences to comedies. Here's the twist: comedies are generally cheaper to produce than action films. Murphy, already a household name from Saturday Night Live, was viewed by producers as a lower financial risk. Such is Hollywood, right? Despite Carl Weathers' remarkable talent, it's regrettable that he was somewhat underrated during that. But let's not dwell on the negatives, because Carl Weathers truly made his mark and left an indelible legacy before his untimely passing. Now, let's delve into his remarkable life and career. I assure you, his journey is nothing short of extraordinary. Born on January 14, 1948, in New Orleans, Louisiana, Weathers had a modest upbringing with his father working as a day laborer. By 8th grade, he had already earned an athletic scholarship to St. Augustine High School, showcasing his prowess in sports such as boxing, football, gymnastics, judo, soccer, and wrestling. He graduated proudly from Long Beach Poly High School in 1966, where he excelled as a defensive end on the football field. Weathers began his college journey at Long Beach City College in 1966, but an ankle injury sidelined him for the year. Despite this setback, he transferred to San Diego State University, becoming a standout letterman for the San Diego State Aztec in 1968 and 1969. Under the guidance of legendary head coach Don Carril, Weathers and his team achieved an impressive 11-0 record, winning the 1969 Pasadena Bowl and securing a number 18 ranking in the final UPI poll. While excelling in football, Weathers nurtured a passion for acting dating back to his grade school days. At San Diego State, he pursued this interest and earned a master's degree in theater arts. This dual focus on football and acting laid the foundation for his future success in Hollywood. In 1970, Weathers, having gone undrafted, signed with the Oakland Raiders in the NFL. Transitioning from a defensive end to a linebacker, he played in 7 games for the Raiders, contributing to their AFC West Division title and their appearance in the inaugural AFC Championship game. However, just before the 1971 season commenced, Weathers made a pivotal decision that would alter the course of his football career. Opting for a change, he shifted to the position of strong safety. This move marked a significant turning point in his football journey. Yet, despite this bold transition, Weathers found himself released by the Raiders in September 1971. The reason behind the decision, as explained by coach John Madden, was somewhat unexpected. "You're just too sensitive." Undeterred by the setback, Weathers quickly bounced back. In the same month of his release, he joined the BC Lions in the Canadian Football League, wearing the Lions jersey. Until 1973, Weathers contributed in a total of 13 games during his stint in the CFL. Interestingly, during the off-seasons, while making an impact on the football field, Weathers simultaneously pursued academic endeavors. He enrolled at San Francisco State University and by 1974, earned a bachelor's degree in drama. As 1974 unfolded, Weathers decided to retire from football, pivoting towards his other passion, acting. Little did he know that this shift would propel him to Hollywood stardom. Reflecting on his football career, Weathers played 8 games over 2 NFL seasons, though he didn't amass any notable statistics. In the CFL, his contributions included a single fumble recovery. As time went on, Weathers remained connected to the football world. Notably, he narrated NFL film season recaps for the years 1999, 2000, and 2001. In an interesting turn of events, he made a notable appearance on NFL Network's pre-draft coverage during the 2017 NFL Draft. highlighting his enduring connection to the sport that played a significant role in his formative years. Carl Weathers didn't limit his talents to the football field. He was also making waves in Hollywood. Beginning as an extra, he balanced football games with movie sets before quickly ascending to more significant roles. His associate Arthur Marks, known for directing two blaxploitation films, Bucktown and Friday Foster, in 1975, played a crucial part in establishing Weathers in the film industry. Weathers also left a mark on television, appearing in a 1975 episode of the sitcom Good Times and a 1975 episode of Kung Fu titled The Brothers Kane. He demonstrated his acting abilities in an episode of Cannon titled The Hero. By 1976, Weathers ventured into the crime drama genre, playing a loan shark in an episode of Starsky and Hutch and portraying an elusive escaped convict named Jack Hopper in an episode of Barnaby Jones titled The Bounty Hunter. The turning point in Weathers' acting career occurred during the audition for the role of Apollo Creed in Rocky alongside Sylvester Stallone. Instead of playing it safe, he openly critiqued Stallone's acting, a bold move that unexpectedly landed him the iconic. He proceeded to portray the character in the next 3 Rocky films. In 1977, Weathers had a brief role as an Army MP in one version of Close Encounters of the Third Kind, a cameo in a Spielberg classic. The following year, he portrayed Vince Sullivan in the TV movie Not This Time. This marked the start of Weathers' action-packed journey, with the late 1970s and 1980s establishing him as a go-to figure for action flicks. Notable titles include Force 10 from Navarone in 1978, where he showcased his talents both on TV and in theaters, cementing his status as an action star. The 1980s represented the peak of Carl Weathers' career, where he exhibited his versatility in various roles. In the 1987 sci-fi classic Predator, he squared off against an otherworldly predator, solidifying his position as an action star. Continuing his action-packed journey, he flexed his muscles in films like Action Jackson in 1988 and faced the challenge of a hurricane in Hurricane Smith in 1992, adding an unexpected twist to his repertoire. Weathers hosted an episode of Saturday Night Live in 1988, showcasing not only his toughness on screen but also his comedic talent to entertain the show's audience. He made a memorable return to SNL in a skit in 2003. Weathers expanded his presence beyond the big screen, making a notable appearance in Michael Jackson's iconic Liberian Girl music video, adding flair to the King of Pop's visuals. His comedic flair shone through in the 1996 Adam Sandler comedy Happy Gilmore, where he portrayed Chubbs, a golf legend teaching Happy the ropes. The role was so well received that he reprised it nearly 4 years later in Sandler's Little Nicky. However, his pursuit of his craft wasn't without challenges. While filming a false stunt in Happy Gilmore, Weathers endured significant pain, fracturing 2 vertebrae. Despite the hardships, Weathers also left his mark on the small screen, taking on the role of Sergeant Adam Boudreaux on the cop show Street Justice, where he enforced the law with style. Throughout his career, Carl Weathers proved to be more than just a big-screen hero, showcasing his acting prowess, comedic talents, and resilience in the face of adversity. However, there's more law enforcement action in store for Carl Weathers. In the last 2 seasons of In the Heat of the Night, spanning from 1992 to 1994, he steps into the shoes of Hampton Forbes, making significant strides as the chief of police after succeeding Bill Gillespie. This move adds another impressive badge to Weathers' TV resume. Additionally, he graces the screen as Colonel Brewster, aka Mac V. Sog in the CBS series Tour of Duty. Fast forward to 2004 and Weathers undergoes a career shift, immersing himself in the world of comedy. This time around, he focuses on bringing laughter to his audience. Initially, he becomes a comedic sensation in 3 episodes of the hilarious series Arrested Development. What sets this apart is that he doesn't just play a character. He becomes a caricature of himself, portraying a frugal acting coach for Tobias Funke. The comedy journey doesn't end there. Weathers lands roles in the amusing films The Sasquatch Gang and The Comeback, seemingly swapping his action hero cape for a comedian's mic and excelling at it. Just when you thought surprises were over, Weathers takes a guest role in 2 episodes of the intense series The Shield. Here, he steps into the shoes of the former training officer of the main character, Vic McKee, adding a new layer to the gripping cop drama. Whether he's delivering justice on the streets, donning the chief's hat, or bringing laughter to audiences, Carl Weathers has proven that he's not a one-trick pony in the realm of television. His diverse roles showcase his ability to navigate various genres with skill and versatility. In the video game Mercenaries Playground of Destruction, developed by Pandemic Studios, Carl Weathers played the role of Colonel Samuel Garrett. In 2005, he took on the role of a narrator for Conquest, The Price of Victory, Witness the Journey of the Trojans, an 18-part television show focused on USC athletics. Outside of his acting career, Weathers served as a principal at Red Tide Media, a film and video production company specializing in creating tactical training films for the United States Armed Forces. During the finale season of the medical drama series in 2008, Weathers made a notable appearance in one of its episodes. Furthermore, he contributed to the Rocky film series, particularly in Rocky Balboa. Sylvester Stallone, the creator of the series, sought permission from Weathers, Mr. T, and Dolph Lundgren to use footage from their previous appearances in the Rocky films. While Mr. T and Lundgren agreed, Weathers expressed a desire for an actual role in the movie. Despite his character having died in Rocky IV, Stallone declined, leading to Weathers withholding permission to use his image for flashback. Instead, the filmmakers opted to use footage of a similar-looking fighter. Despite this initial disagreement, Weathers and Stallone eventually reconciled their differences. This reconciliation paved the way for Weathers to allow the use of his footage from previous films in Creed, released in 2015, a continuation of the Rocky franchise. This turn of events highlighted the evolution of their professional relationship and the willingness of both parties to collaborate in the later years of the iconic film series. Carl Weathers took on the role of the father of characters played by Michael Strahan and Daryl Mitchell in the 2009 Fox sitcom Brothers, which unfortunately had a short-lived run. Outside of his acting roles, Weathers ventured into advertising, portraying Brian Gebo Fitzgerald in commercials for Old Spice's sponsorship of NASCAR driver Tony Stewart. Additionally, he starred in a series of web-only advertisements for Credit Union of Washington, where he distributed flowers and shared the wisdom that change is beautiful with perplexed onlookers. Weathers also featured in commercials for Bud Light, presenting plays from the Bud Light playbook, and concluding each ad by bursting through the playbook with a spirited, "Here we go." In 2019, Weathers made a notable return to the screen by portraying Greef Karga in multiple episodes of the first season of the Star Wars series, The Mandalorian. His involvement continued into the second season, where he not only reprised his role, but also took on the role of director for the episode Chapter 12. This dual contribution highlighted Weathers' versatility within the entertainment industry. He further expanded his involvement into the third season, directing the episode titled Chapter 20. Weathers' outstanding performance in The Mandalorian earned him an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Guest Actor, underscoring his enduring impact and recognition in the television landscape. On February 1, 2024, the legendary Carl Weathers passed away peacefully in his sleep at the age of 76 in his Los Angeles home. Despite facing serious industry discrimination, Weathers crafted a legacy that's nothing short of awe-inspiring. His story sheds light on the persistent challenges people of color face in Hollywood, a struggle that has endured for ages and sadly continues today, impacting numerous actors in the industry. But here's the thing. Even with all the hurdles and biases Hollywood threw at him, Carl Weathers left an indelible mark, showcasing his resilience and undeniable talent. It serves as a reminder that no matter how tough the road, true talent will always find its way to shine through. Now, here's something to ponder. Do you think Sylvester Stallone, Weathers' longtime buddy, has more to reveal than he's letting on? And do you believe Carl Weathers received the recognition he truly deserved compared to his peers? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's spark a discussion. We'll see you in the next video.